Hey guys.
Alright folks, we're here today to check out the latest video single from the Halo Effect. Exciting times, alright. The name of the song is The Defiant One, and man.
Let's just get into this, dude. I mean,
yeah, let's just fucking...
What is there to say?
Nothing. Just, let's go. Unreal. Unfucking. These guys, I mean, they fart and a good song comes out. It's unfucking real. One of the highlights for me of this year, I got to see these guys live twice.
Yeah, I got to see them live once.
Yeah, you got to see them at Prague Power. I saw them there, but I also saw them as a headliner in Toronto. And the Toronto show was fucking bonkers, man. With Unearth, Unearth, and High Command. It was a fucking insane show at a small iconic venue here. It was just absolutely bonkers. So I got to see them live twice. Before we talk about this song, let me just say this. It's an absolute pleasure, delight, and even I'm going to go as far as to say honor to see Jesper on guitar on this video during a live performance. So he doesn't do many of those. I'm willing to put some pesos on that this was recorded in Sweden. Normally the Swedish shows He tends to be on stage for those. So I'm willing to bet some pesos that this was recorded in Sweden. Lucky motherfuckers that get to see that guy play some guitar for the halo effect. The last time I saw Jasper in person and playing was back in 2018 when Syra was on tour with Sabaton in North America, and that was quite the treat, I must say. That was the last time I saw Jake as well. So anyhow, good friends on that band, Syra. So hopefully that changes next year. So we'll see. And fuck, if these guys could come back again next year on another tour, I would be balls deep on that.
Of course.
I would definitely be balls deep on that. Okay, so now that I got that out of the way, shout out to Jasper, man. Really nice to see him play guitar live in this video. Because, it's not just a music video.
Exactly.
One thing is to record a music video. The other thing is, like,
it's a live
performance. So, like I said, lucky motherfuckers. So, anyhow, what's your take on this fucking song?
Dude, one fucking amazing song. I mean, like you said, they can fart and...
Oh, hold on. Before you go any further, considering that now there's a second album coming out, can we stop with the comparisons with In Flames and whatever? Can we just talk about the Halo effect as a Halo effect?
I wasn't gonna...
Okay, good. But I'm just putting it out there.
I was gonna compare this to their last album.
All I'm saying is that I feel like the...
It's been done.
Yeah, we've been down that road. So, let's just,
No,
let's compare them with them.
Not just us. That's why they have enough material where I can compare them to them.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
Elements in the song that I wasn't getting in the previous album, and just also elements that I got in the previous album. I think it was just more of that comforting feeling that you had if you really loved the last album. The song gives you that comforting, like, rubbing the shoulders feeling, like, calm down, here, take some more, right? But then also having, like, certain elements just kind of pop up here and there that catch you off guard, but in a way, it works so well with the song. I mean, it gave me not the band, just the vibe of the time of the season, like a Halloween-ish vibe. When there was like a point where there was smoke and stuff, and then there was a certain sound in the background that I resonate with that time of the year.
Okay, I didn't catch that, but okay.
We'll go back and I'll show you.
Okay, whatever. No.
Anyways, there was stuff in this where I'm like, fuck, that sounds so good, and the way it sounds, the way it's put, everything about it. It was put in the perfect spot. The spot feels like it was created for it. I don't know, man. This song is so good, and shit got me excited. And you're right about the whole comparison, but now you can just compare this to their last album.
There's enough material out there now.
Exactly.
Let's just get off of that fucking ride, man. Like, okay, like...
not only comparing it to In Flames, but comparing it to
Dark Tranquility.
Yeah.
Actually, if we were to do that, I would say this has a lot more of a Dark Tranquility vibes. But anyways, I just feel like they have their own material now.
Yeah.
So we can just talk about them as a band and stop the.
And their own material has its own DNA.
Yeah, exactly. So let me say this. I have a couple of things to say about this song. First, let me start off by saying that guitar riff in the chorus is absolutely magnificent. Talking about obeying the riff. Not only you obey the riff, you follow the riff, and you listen to everything that riff has to tell you.
But the chorus too. The chorus, like vocally, the chorus too. Very...
Oh, did I say the verses or the chorus?
You said the chorus, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, you said the guitar, I'm saying also the vocals in the chorus.
I know, but the guitar is... The whole thing is the dynamite stick, right?
Yeah.
But the guitar riff is the... What do you call the thing that comes off of the dynamite stick?
That's the wick.
Thank you, John. So, anyways, it's the wick. And it just lights it up. And it's so good. It's so... And when you... I realized it was good the first chorus around. But then at the last chorus, because the last chorus gets doubled...
The last chorus is more bombastic, like more...
No, but
it's a bigger feeling.
The last chorus, it repeats itself. So the first time you get the chorus is the same... is exactly the same as you gotten before, but the second time it goes up.
Yeah.
It goes up like an octane.
But that's something they did in the last album too.
I know, but I really like that.
But it sounds, I know, it's something they did in the last album.
It's like you got two guitars, and then suddenly you got four guitars. It's like I love that because you're just emphasizing even more.
You're doing
such an element that's already emphasizing itself.
Exactly, you're doing the same chorus, but you're elevating not only sound. Of like vocal wise, because his tone changes just a little bit, In the
Everything
second chorus.
everything goes up.
Everything kind of changes. It's not like it only goes up. Everything takes that little change. It's done
But it's
very
so
well.
nice.
It's done very well. They did in I know they did in one or probably in a bunch of songs. The last one, but I can just think of one or two. And it always sounds good.
I know, but on this track,
But on this track, it sounds fucking fantastic.
it's fantastic because the
the
chorus
chorus
is very melodic.
Exactly.
It's not heavy, so it's easier for you to detect that change. So it's like you're on step 1 of a ladder, and suddenly you go to step 3. Not even step 2. You just go to step 3. There's such an upgrade in volume and size, and it's so well done because it's almost seamless. It's like you were listening to the song at 50, and you went from 50 to 100. I absolutely loved it. It put a question mark, not a question mark, an exclamation mark at the end of the song.
End of the song, yeah.
I just fucking loved it. I thought it was nice, was perfect. Because if the chorus comes back to back and sounds exactly the same,
It doesn't have the hits.
it's okay. Like
It's
I'm not
okay,
saying
but
there's
it-
nothing
but
wrong. But changing that without changing anything
Having
else,
a tonal change, having everything
changes
feeling
how
more
elevates the
elevated,
track.
yeah.
Elevates the track. So you're doubling up on what you're doing, but you're not just doubling up. You're doubling up
Switching
and going
it
up.
just enough.
Yeah, I love that. So it doesn't give you this feeling of listening to the chorus on loop, because if you listen to the chorus on loop, it would sound exactly the same, and it does, and it has more volume. I absolutely love that. I thought that was such a nice, like, minor touch, but such an important touch in order to make the ending of the song feel more impactful and more bombastic. I love it. But the riff, I gotta go back to that. It's just so... It's an earworm. It's just so melodic. It's just so catchy. It's beautiful.
It's catchy, but so is vocal
vocal-wise.
or lyric-wise in the chorus.
But Mikael Stein, or how I prefer to
Jesus.
refer to him, Swedish Jesus. I mean, come on, dude. The guy, one of the best voices in metal. Really, hands down.
It's one of the greatest tones.
One of the greatest deliveries.
Yeah.
Not just in terms of what he does with both harsh and clean vocals, but how
but
strong he is with both.
With both, but his harsh vocals are just almost unmatched. It's like definitely he's a top 10 vocalist.
I just said 5.
Oh, yeah, top 5.
You just downgraded from that?
No, but still.
I'm like, he's top 5. No, he's top 10.
But there's been a lot of vocalists. I need some time.
No, I'm talking about
But I can
vocalists.
say-
A vocalist that can do the
Well,
two,
the two, he's top 5.
he's top 5.
But when it comes to vocalists,
Actually, in my
general,
opinion, he's top 2, because to me, there's only 2 people at the top of that mountain that can do both cleans and harshes, and they're, in my opinion, they're neck and neck.
Who?
Tommy from Amorphous and him. It's my 2 favorites. There's a lot of people that do the clean and harsh, especially in metalcore bands, for example.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
just use an example. To me, those 2 guys,
But I feel like metalcore for me doesn't.
it doesn't have the same impact.
No. Metalcore, it's supposed to be like that, but it's not just that. It's it's its own list. It's its own
No.
list.
It's got to be.
I can't mix it with.
But I'm talking about people who can do both. So you have to talk about some metalcore vocalists who can do both.
Of course.
But there's a lot of those.
But there's a lot of those. That's why I say.
There's a lot of those.
Because even deathcore, because now some deathcores are.
Bands have clean vocals.
I mean.
But even those, it's not to this level.
Of course.
It's not to this level. It's like you're playing a video game and you're playing it on easy. Like, these guys are playing on professional mode. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Like,
Joe Bad still is up there for me because he does the screaming cleans.
But those are different. Like, when you talk about doing the clean vocals more in a melancholic way, like in a very clean and almost heartfelt way, emotional way. For as much as I like Joe, don't get me wrong, he cannot pull that off.
He doesn't do it. He does but I think he can pull it off, but he just does the other ones.
I don't know, man. And then there's the pulling it off in the studio, where you can go line by line recording, and I don't know. I'm not saying that's how I don't know. Like, I've never been in the studio with these guys. I don't know how they do it. So, but I'm saying is, in the studio you can facilitate yourself, because you don't have to do like one take. You can go line by line. But Tommy and Mikael Stein, in my humble opinion, they're on top of that pyramid.
They really are.
They're on top of their pyramid. There's nobody out there in the game that does it as flawlessly as they do, brings as much heaviness to the harsher side of their vocals, and then it brings as much melancholy and beauty and just outstanding warmth
and it has
to
so
the
much,
cleaner side.
And the harsh vocals, I feel like with both of them have so much power, yet feel like they're not being.
And they're different, eh? Because both of them, their harsh vocals are different, and both of them, their clean vocals are different. I'm not comparing them to that. I'm talking about just how pro-efficient they are at what they do.
But what I'm trying to say is that I feel like with as much power as they have behind them, and all that, and you know how big their voices do sound when they go harsher, I feel like as much as they do sound like there's so much power behind them, I feel like for them it comes naturally. It's one of those things where it's like, you know, it sounds like it's the most powerful thing in the world. It takes so much effort, but when you look at these guys, it just feels like for them it's like another Monday.
And to be honest, not only they're on top of that mountain, from my point of view, as far as like melodic death metal, or anything that falls under that category,
the death metal genre,
they're my favorite vocalists just because of their tonality, of their range. They're you know, I'm not
they're on your Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, if I was to put, we've talked about this many times. If I was to put, like, to create a Mount Rushmore of metal vocalists, those two are there. I'm not quite sure who else is going to join, but those two is 100%. It's going to
come to like the death metal genres,
because there's a lot of great vocalists out there. Like, for example, John Tardy from Obituary, his delivery. But it's the same delivery every song. Well, it's very unique. It's very unique to him.
That's why I would put Thomas from Wolfheart.
I know he's one of your favorites.
He's one of my favorite, man.
I just think that it's a genre. Like, if you start to break down the genres, even within death metal, there's like so many great vocalists out there.
You can't make a Rushmore of just metal in general.
It's impossible. You have to do like subgenres and whatever. But I'm just saying, like, these guys to me are probably the two that surpass the genre. Because if you give him a song that's just a pure ballad, clean vocals, he can do it. If you give him a song that is just harsh vocals, he can do it. And some of those other guys that you would put there in the conversation, for as much as I love their vocals, like you can talk about Corpse Grinder, iconic vocalist. Like I said, John Tardy, iconic vocalist.
They can't do
but they don't have that range. They don't have that in them. So when it comes to having the ability to really use your voice as an instrument, and not just an instrument that only has one sound, like, these guys just they're on a league of their own almost. And not that I'm not taking anything away from others. It's just my own personal preference in terms of what I like. Like, the ebbs and flows that you get musically, you're also getting them vocally. And there's a part there where he pushes a little bit higher with the harsh vocals. He just kicks it into a little bit of a higher gear. Fuck, love that shit. Musically, there's nothing to point out, and vocally, it's just an outstanding track. True. This is a really good song, really good single. Like, I remember when they released their first single from their debut album, and the whole time the conversation was the comparisons, right? This song is just like, there's no need to compare anything. It's just that good. And I'm not saying the other ones were not that good, but I think everybody kind of got caught on that whole, in flames thing. I think you need to look beyond that. This
sounds like the last album, so
I think you just need to look beyond that. This is how it's going to sound.
You need to look beyond the other two bands in the equation. Just focus on this band and the previous album and this album. Oh, this has elements that the previous album had, but has some new elements. And that's just called progression.
Yeah, exactly. It still has great fucking riffs.
Yeah.
Still has great fucking melodies and outstanding vocals.
Exactly.
As long as those elements are there.
The trifecta.
The rest is gravy.
Exactly.
The rest is gravy. That's all I care. All right, guys. Let us know your thoughts on this latest single from the Halo Effect. Hit us up in the comments section below, and we'll see you all at the next one.
See ya.